Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plat. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. Today, we're going to be going over every farmable unit in the brand new event. And I'm going to show you guys what to farm in what order, how to farm them, where to go to farm them, and the what to farm is kind of similar. The what to farm is kind of similar to the how to farm, but for these A units, it's a little bit different. But basically, I'm not going to go into depth with these units. For the units that I think deserve it, I will be getting a unit review of them, so you can expect 3 to 4 probably unit reviews on these units. Honestly, maybe even like 6 unit reviews, because there's banner units too, but not in this video. But so we're not gonna go into depth. I'm basically gonna give you a priority list. That way you guys can just come back here. You're like, okay, I farmed this unit. What's the one I should farm next? He recommends farming this unit. So first, what's the most important farmable unit? In my opinion, it's obviously the 2A units, right? But which order? I think it doesn't really matter which order, really, because you're likely going to do them back to back, and you're not going to be needing to clear a bunch of content in between them. Like, if you spend a day or two on each of them and then just be done, that's what you should do. But hypothetically, you're at the end. If you're watching this right now and the event has, I don't know, 1 to 3 days in it, and you may not be able to max them both out, make sure you get at least one of each of them, so you just have it. But if you can only max one of these units out, I'm going to recommend first going for Armful. And the main reason for that is that Armful has multiple abilities here that rely on his attack, his physical attack. So he has 2 abilities that rely on attack, and he has to get up in the face. So he needs to be tankier, he needs to have higher attack stat, and he's got incredible attack anyway. We're not going to go into too much depth, but because this is a unit that has to get right in their face, and its damage is based off of its attack, this is one that you just want to get max sooner, because this one at Awakening 1 is significantly worse than at Awakening 5. So the way I recommend for these A units is going to be the same exact thing. First, they're available on 4-1 in the new event. I recommend doing 4-1 hard for 50 runs. Doing 50 runs should get you just about Awakening 4, so it should get you about halfway. With obviously this variance, you might be slightly below it, a couple below, you might even be a couple ahead, but that's kind of around where you're going to be. Obviously running like 5 will get you a stamina herb, which is incredible. Always do that. Some people may not like doing the 50, but every 10 you're guaranteed 1 from the event shop right now. The event quests. And so when you're guaranteed 1 every 10 fights, it's kind of like getting I think, like, I don't know the math, but someone's like, it's basically like a 10% increased chance. So it kind of makes it equal to very hard in terms of percent drop rate, but it's even slightly better because there's no such thing as the bad side of variance, because you're guaranteed to get one at that 10th run. So I recommend going to 50. That should get you right about the 4 Awakening, and then you're going to switch to very hard on 4-1. And then after that, you're going to go to Umbra. Now, the reason we're doing Umbra second is because, one, Umbra is actually okay, he has a big sword on right now, so his stats are a little bit wonky, but he has 2 things that don't rely on, they're range 3, which is pretty far, so he gets to stay a safe distance away, and they don't rely on any stats at all, right? They're debuffs. So debuffs don't care about stats, and the one attack he does have does scale with wisdom, but it's not resisted by anything, right? So because physical attack gets resisted by defense, something like you need a higher damage to help you with the formula. This is basically like you're just going to be doing the damage regardless. So even if you have slightly lower wisdom, slightly lower survivability on this unit, it's fine, because they're going to be staying farther away. Their damage is going to be ignoring defense, right? So you're going to be getting through for damage no matter what. But overall, I wanted you to get on both the rank 5 of Court, Awakening 5 for sure, but this unit is slightly not as important. And this unit can be farmed at 5-3 of the new event. And again, I recommend hard for 50 runs. Will get you about to Awakening 4. And then you switch over to very hard for the final 20 you need to get to the Awakening 5. After that, it's gonna be kind of like A, B, C, basically, but not exactly. But I am gonna recommend Skellygon next here. So Skellygon is currently in the game already, so there's a good chance you already have a couple of them, especially if you've been doing the battle roads. And so that's basically why we're doing it first. You might as well just get this guy quickly, and he's permanently in the game, but his drop rate is really, really low. This one is going to be kind of tied, honestly. Like, I think these two are pretty interchangeable. I would say let your preference come here, because the other one I recommend is Wordle here. Wordle is a very powerful unit. And I could see doing this one first because this unit, Skellygon is it is going to be kind of far away. He's a lot of breath attacks and he has one martial attack, so he is going to get in their face a little bit. But this unit is a tank. This guy will definitely be getting a unit review. Absolutely fucking tank of a unit, fucking incredible for the right fights. But even then, utility, this unit's got everything, and I think he's being permanently added to the game as well, but his drop rate's going to drop significantly. So really quick, Wordle can be farmed on very hard 3-3, or sorry, I could just, you know, 3-3. I recommend very hard. I feel like the math shows on the data leak that hard is a better stamina to drop rate ratio. However, I don't really trust it right now. We'll get into it a bit later. We know very hard is going to have the highest drop rates, and right now it's showing hard and very hard is having the same drop rates, and I just don't know if that's true. We've had some issues with the information we've been able to find on the game so far. And so just to be safe, I would personally recommend very hard if you could farm it, but hard is perfectly acceptable as well. And Skellygon here, again, I would recommend going to very hard first. And he's going to be on 5-1. And let's see, after that, what are we going to do? I actually, yeah, the other B unit here. This guy actually seems pretty awesome. Like, obviously, just get one of them, but if you're going to awaken him up to 5, he's just... This is a cool unit, right? He's got a breath attack, and a breath attack. Obviously, the minor breath attack sucks, but having 2 different kinds of moderate breath damage is pretty cool. And if you're gonna do like a breath team, this unit could very easily make it into a breath team just for coverage abilities, right? I think this is just a cool toolbox unit. You're not gonna use it very much, but specifically in a breath team in like arena, and you want, it's like, okay, I have my breath team, but all these dragons only have fizzle and, you know, frizz or whatever, and I need, you know, Zam breath damage, and there's not a whole lot of that. This guy's gonna be pretty good at it, and he, you know, he's got crack as well. So this is a pretty cool unit. Not a super high priority. We're getting kind of further down the list where it's not that important anymore about how you farm it, but I would still recommend getting it. And honestly, after that, I would skip. So you might first notice there's no fog here. There's a blue fog guy that's in the game. This is one of the reasons I'm not super confident on the dragon. Oh, I'm so sorry. 4-2 for silhouette, which is the ghost guy. But there's no fog here. This is one reason I don't really trust the data, is it says he's got about a 25% drop rate. 25%. And it costs about, let's just see here. You're estimated by the data we have to get 1 every 20 stamina, about. Give or take, bad side of variance, good side of variance, you know, but I spent 300 stamina and found 0. So I feel, and I've talked to 2 other people or 3 other people who have all invested 300 stamina and gotten 0. So I don't know if some of the numbers on some of the data is wrong, if it's specifically only this unit. But most of the data shows hard and very hard as having the same drop rates, which I think would have been true for this event specifically, and no other event ever in the game for very hard to be equal to hard. So it makes me feel like some of the numbers we have are incorrect, or there's a bug in the game or something. I don't know what's going on, but I am not gonna personally prioritize farming the fog for now, because I've already invested 300 stamina and found 0, and it's only like an okay unit. It's likely never gonna make a real team, and it's a cool unit. I would like to have it, but if it's gonna be permanently added into the game, or its drop rate is bugged right now, I'm waiting until its drop rate is different or fixed, or it's permanent and I don't need to farm other units, because right now I need to farm other units that aren't bugged apparently, right? So we're skipping that unit. And actually, instead of even going for this slime, which I know I love slimes, right? They're really cool. I'm actually going to recommend getting this bunny rabbit here. This is going to be the first like rank jump, basically. And why? It's because he's got martial damage on our E unit, right? Which is, we already know from my video that came out recently that I think martial damage on an E unit is pretty cool. It's whoosh, kind of cool. It's not, again, he's not going to be doing anything crazy, but you know what? He's got snooze, and you probably already have units with snooze, so he's probably a redundant unit, but it's kind of always nice to have different coverages of resistances for things like this, right? Like the green Dracula might have different resistances than this other unit, and this unit with Sweet Breath might have different resistances than this. So this guy being resistant to Whoosh and Zam at 75% once you farm him up to Awakening 4, is actually going to be pretty good sometimes. He'll be able to tank hits in fights that are way above, you know, he's going to be able to punch up a lot. And Snooze is a very good ability that you just basically want to be able to include in any fight if you want. And so basically the resistances are a big deal here. Now, let's take a look. What are his abilities here? And look, he even gets actually 10% on his one attack. You know, it's like, that's not bad. The 5 MP, this is just like, this is not, again, not a high priority unit. But as far as E units go, I think this unit is definitely one of the better E units in the game, and so I recommend Spiked Hair. After that, we are going to jump back to the Slime. Slime pretty good, not amazing. He's probably not going to get like a review or anything. He kind of, okay. I said he's pretty good. I'm being optimistic. He kind of sucks. All right, let's be honest. He's got minor crack type spell damage and Kabuff. Kabuff is not amazing, and it's already on other units that you would probably use over this unit. And Crack, if this was Crackle, this unit would be pretty darn good, right? This is a C unit. I feel like this guy could have Crackle, but he doesn't. He's got Crack. In fact, if he had Buff and Crackle instead, I think he'd be better. Kabuff, not very good. Crack, not good. Crack kills, but also just not a very good unit. His Awakenings here, let's take a quick look. Yeah, I don't think this unit's ever gonna make it into a team, unfortunately. Again, I like Bang Resistance, but he's just a unit that we're pretty low on the priority. The only reason I recommend getting him at this point is because we're at the last 2 units in the game, right? On the event. And the F unit, I know it's kind of lame to put him at the bottom, but again, he has a physical, he has 1 martial damage, but it's minor, so it sucks, and his level cap is really, really low. But he does have this 100% physical potency at range 2. So as far as F units go, he might be one of the best of F units, but he's still just an F unit that has no versatility, right? He's got 2 damage skills that are going to be bad because you're going to have things that are way better. But he does have, as you can see here, pretty good attack. 153 is not bad. At max awakening, like, it's going to be okay. He's going to be able to carry decently low content for quite a while, especially because he's going to be at range 2, so his lower HP and stuff and agility is not as important. His low movement isn't as important for a physical unit. So as far as F units go, I actually think this is not bad. He seems very viable in the F unit meta, I guess, but he still sucks. You're never going to use him in any kind of content unless there's like a specific arena requirement to use shitty F units, right? But if that ever comes up, you need to use shitty F units, this is the guy to go to. And I'm so sorry, I keep forgetting to do this. But the Slime is available on 2-1. Again, I'm currently recommending very hard. 2-1 and 3-1. I'm recommending very hard 2-1 for now until we know what is causing the numbers to be messed up. The Cloud, that's unobtainable, but people are finding it. I just have had garbage luck, so I don't think it's 25%, is 4-3. And this cool ass Raven and Bunny Rabbit, I actually recommend 1-2 or actually, sorry, 1-2. 1-2 drops both Raven and Bunny, so you get to farm 1 level to get 2 units, which is cool. Again, I think it's a pretty low priority. You just don't need to get them. But if you're a collector and you are a whale with stamina, you're going for a CP thing, 1-2 will let you drop both of them. Again, I kind of recommend very hard. But that's basically going to be it. Nothing else for this video. Trying to keep it under 10 minutes. We're already 3 minutes over that. Oops, shit. Anyway, guys, hope you like this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Go ahead and tell me how many attempts it took you to get the Cloud if you have it. If you got lucky or unlucky, am I getting really unlucky, or in the people that I spoke to, are we all getting really unlucky, or is there something wrong with the numbers that we have found, and are they going to be corrected? I don't know. I'm just interested because this is the first time I've seen numbers that feel wrong. And honestly, I want the Cloud. I'm going to still farm for it, but again, I'm just not putting it as a high priority. Anyway, guys, till next time. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. Like, comment, share, comment. I prefer comments. If you have to like, comment, share, I prefer comments because I like talking to you guys. Peace out, friends. See you guys next time.